to start this video. You know, this is my special video. You know, special video. This one is gonna be a little bit longer because my videos are always like, you know, about like 20 minutes. You know, and I was like, no, this time we're gonna make like a 1 hour long video, like in. You know, I'm gonna show you how a day, spend a day with me, see how a day is with me, like, because it's gonna be longer, and yeah, and we're gonna do it like a little, like, you know, this style. We go deep down the rabbit hole. You know, we're gonna go deep down the rabbit hole, talk about the things that actually matters, stuff that actually matters, and then we're gonna like joke a little bit, you know, laugh, and then we go again deep down the rabbit hole. This is what we're gonna do until the video just cuts off, or I'll just cut it off like after like a while, but it's gonna be longer, you know. This is, yeah, welcome to my special. We're right here, you know, right here, like and we're gonna place my cam here and then there, and just walk around, go somewhere, whatever. I'm gonna show you like where I live, like what I'm doing. First I'm gonna take a sip. I'm gonna take a sip, and I have a sip, you know. And then I have a sip first, and then we just go like wherever, right? So yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. One thing for sure, gonna talk about the music industry, of course. We're talking about music and everything else. So yeah, we already heard there's again musicians getting shot, dying, musicians dying, not only musicians dying, but everybody else dying, you know. And they dying, most of them are dying for like dumb, stupid reasons. They're not even, you know, they could like prevented it, but no, they wanted like, you know, do stupid shit, and then they die, you know, because these are the types, like you can't like take them out of it, you know. You talk with them, you can talk them out of it. They wanna stay in their bullshit thing and do their bullshit, and some of them die because they just don't know enough. Don't know nothing, and then they die. So in the music industry, and they take advantage, you know, letting somebody die, and then, you know, playing with everybody else's emotion, playing around with everybody else's emotion. Then they be all sad like, oh, I did not want him to die, and stuff. I'm gonna listen to your music every day. And you're my favorite artist, and sometimes I can tell, like, you know, if I'm listening to a song and he has like a feature, whatever, I can tell who is who, but you're my favorite one. This music industry, artists running out of cotton and linen, but to be honest, everyone is running out of cotton and linen. What happens? What happens when you run out of cotton and linen? Like, do you know what happens? You know, I'll give you some time, like, to think, you know, for an answer, come up with your own answers, you know, possibility, think a little bit. I'm gonna give you some time to think, like, but my question is, what happens when everybody is running out of cotton and linen? Like, you will like check your bank account and there's no cotton and linen for anyone. What's gonna happen? Yeah, they all gonna jump to their deaths, all demise. Families gonna kill all their children and wives and kill themselves, and families disappear because they run out of cotton and linen. So yeah, when this happens, like in China, like, you know, this is why, you know, and don't be acting like, oh, we don't know why, we don't know why they killed themselves. We really don't know. Like, you don't know why. You just don't want to, you know, you just don't want to talk about it. You just feel uncomfortable talking about it, you know. But this is the real answer. Everybody who gave like another answer was like, I don't know, but you're wrong. You're wrong. Like, and anybody, nobody like kills themselves, like, for, you know, there's no other reason. That's the whole other reason. If there would never be like some Colin Lennon to begin with, like, we would have never done this, okay? then nobody would like commit suicide, you know. But it's always dumb shit, and then they die. Like you're gonna die because of some dumb shit, you know. Literally, like because I'm coming like. I'd come taking nobody's spot, you know, to be honest. Like, I'm really not competing with you, first of all, I'm not. And I'm not, you know, taking your spot. But everybody acting like I'm like competing with them when they want to take their spot. And then people like all fighting. You know, like, they don't want to fight over nothing. You know, because when I look at them, and most of the time they don't have nothing. They have nothing, man. Like, why would you like think that, you know, that I want to like take something from you if you don't have nothing to begin with? You know that, you know, you have like some resources and stuff like this, like on this planet, and when it's not meant you to be taken with to another, like, you know, you want to go through a portal or something, like you will go through and you will be like naked, and the clothes like you were wearing, they're gonna stay here, because they were not supposed like to get through this portal or certain, you know, world you want to go, like all the planet galaxies you want to visit, they're all gonna stay here. Even the continent Lenin, but the continent Lenin, you know, it is disappearing, but it's not, you know, just like vanishing somewhere, like you don't know where it is, like we know where, like they gonna put this, like like somewhere where they not just gonna have access to it. They just not gonna have access to it because. You know, if they would just have access to it, then I don't think they would like be here in the first place. You know, but yeah, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole first. We need to be, you know, very sad first before we can laugh a little bit. But first, I gotta make you know, down the memory lane, down the rabbit hole, down the guilt trip, and then, you know, that y'all know what's actually going on. Okay, so in all actuality, your forefathers, yeah. I'm going to tell you exactly what your forefathers did. You know what they did to our ancestors? You know what they fed them? You know what they fed them? They fed them shit, okay? They gave them shit to eat. I'm not talking like about shit, you know, like, no, I really mean like a shit, you know. They fed them this. You know, not only did they fed them like animals, like, you know, to eat their animals and meat and their intestines and stuff. No, they fed them shit. So they ate shit. They ate shit for their survival. And yeah, this is what they ate. So I think this is disgusting. Because they all just think like they feed him shit, like they feed him shit, and they all eat this shit, and nowadays, you know, my family they still would eat shit. They still would eat shit, and they would fight over shit just so they can eat shit. Because some ingredients you buy, like there's like shit inside, and then they buy it and then they eat it, and they're like, oh, this is very good, and it would be like, you know, you're actually eating shit. But like, you really eat shit, not like McDonald's when they say, oh, you don't eat that shit. I'm talking about the real shit, okay? And they eat this, and they like this, and they still want to eat it. You know, even if you tell them like, you know, there's shit inside, you know, they don't care. They just continue eat. So they fed them shit, you know, and the, you know, generations after they still eating that shit. They can't let go of the shit, you know. I cannot go off the shit because eating meat is one thing, you know, it's one thing, but shit, like you really want to eat shit? Oh my, and this disgusting, you know. This, you know, not to eat shit, like why would you eat that? Like this, you expel this, you know, from your body, you know? Isn't this like called waste? You know, why would you eat waste? You know, so this is very horrible. But this is what they used to fed us, like our grandparents, our grandparents, where they were eating this. Okay, they ate that. They ate shit. Okay, they ate shit, and our babies were fed to crocodiles. So the crocodiles ate our babies. They fed us shit. They cut off our penises. You know, they fucked our asses, you know. They came here and they brought the homosexuality and everything because they were the ones who fucked our asses. You know, these are facts. I'm not making this up. So this is what they did, and they like to fuck our ass, you know. And they fucked it all day until we died. Like we died, and their ass fucked, like asshole wide open. You know, you like think like how many dicks like they took in their ass like every day, you know. You know, and they had to pick up all this cotton linen to make cotton linen and fuck their ass and cut our balls. They cut our balls and they cut our penis. They probably ate our penises, and you know, and then we were like, you know, mentally fucked. You know, seeing this, our babies, they're feeding our babies to crocodiles. You know, we're mentally fucked, and then they were like, okay, we got him. Now we're gonna write a book. And then there were like 47 men, like, you know, going, and they wrote like a Bible. They wrote this book, and then they were like, you know, you need to worship our God. If not, y'all need to die. And then they were like, y'all cannot meditate. Meditation is evil. If someone is meditating somewhere, like, you need to execute them, like, immediately. And yeah, y'all should only worship Jesus Christ. And if possible, eating like shit. Like if you want to eat shit, eat shit. But yeah, I truly believe, like in my heart, if somebody would give you 100,000, you would eat shit. You would eat shit, and you would not even think about it. Just be like, hell yeah, you eat the shit, and then you would have 100,000. So yeah, everyone would eat shit at some point, like, you know. You just you know need to have the right like conditions and they eat shit. But this is where I drew the line. Like I really don't want to eat shit. You know, I don't want to eat shit. You know, I never ate shit. You know, I never ate it, and I don't want to eat. Maybe in my previous life, you know, I can remember. Maybe like my previous life I ate shit because someone had forced and they didn't have anything else to eat but shit. Like they didn't have shit to eat but shit. And what happened then? When you eat shit and you shit it out, it's like a double shit. They like constantly was like eating shit in their own feces, and they eat this like spaghetti, or in some, you know, you would like just take a fat dump. You take a fat dump, and then you have like diarrhea, and this is like the sauce, and they ate this, you know, without no seasoning because it doesn't need no seasoning, you know. And this is what they ate, you know. They just ate it. They had no choice. They wanted to live, and then they ate this, you know. Because if I think about it, I would like rather starve. Would you not like rather starve than eat shit? I don't know. Like would you starve? Everybody thinks different about this, you know. Some would rather starve. You know, no, I don't eat this. I'd rather die. And some like, well, I eat this, you know, and maybe, you know, tomorrow I'll get something else. So yeah, this is where I drew the line. Like I really don't want to eat shit, you know. I rather eat like some pork chops and something, like some pork chomps. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this is okay, but not shit, man. No, not shit. Shit is crazy. You know, shit is crazy. Eating this, man. Yeah, I just, you know, this is disgusting. This is fucking disgusting, you know. So yeah. But we need really to go deep down the rabbit hole, just so you can remember like what we used to eat now and the things we're actually like eating, you know, even if it's like, you know, I don't know, like some fish, I don't know. This feels like luxury, you know. Eating beef feels like luxury to me. Like you don't even need to eat beef, but if you eat it, like it's like a luxury, you know. Just you eat this, it's like, hey, we'll have some nice beef, and yeah, this is better than shit, right? It's better than shit, and that's why they always like, oh, it tastes like shit, because they at some point they never had nothing to eat and they ate shit. So this is a true story, you know. So yeah, but we don't want to like stay here like and talk about like shit and dookies and stories about this too long. Now we're gonna be like a little bit more fun, you know. Let's have a little bit fun before we go like the next rabbit hole. It's gonna be very, very like deep again. But yeah, it's messed up, you know. It's just messed up, you know. I don't even know, like, but if you ask me, like, it doesn't even feel, like it was like for a very long time, you know. So yeah, but we still witness this, we still experience this, you know. But it's alright, you can chill out because this time, because all of this happened because they destroyed our tree of life. There's like a very big tree, very giant tree, and they destroyed it. And yeah, we have to replant the tree. But this time they're gonna plant the tree of life. They're gonna plant actually 2 tree of life. So they're gonna plant one somewhere, and then they're gonna erase their memories where it's located. So they're gonna still know that we plant 2, but they're not gonna know where it is. So no one can like actually like, you know, be telling somebody like where it is. So if the reptilians gonna be again like, oh, we gonna destroy the trees, it doesn't matter because they're not gonna know where the second one is. You know, this was the reason why, you know. Yeah. So, you know, and that's about it. Like, you're now happy, like, oh, yeah, okay, but we still need to get rid of many things, you know. This is just one thing, you know. I know it's good news, you know. It's good news, but what are we gonna do about like the Bible, and the Quran, and then the Torah? What are we gonna do about all of this? Like all the books. You know, we need to burn that shit. We need to burn all of this. You know, it's evil. Evil ass book. Wordless book too, you know. Because with the book, you know, what's even like written inside the Bible? They don't really know, right? So did you get rid of this and many things like we need to go and need to change, but you know, ones like the music industry, you know, the most artists, they're not even that talented, and I know many of the ghostwriters, man, they don't even write their own songs. There's a friend of mine like writing their songs sometimes, you know, and yeah, at some point they're not even hiring anybody anymore, like ghostwriters, like they're just recycling now. They had very good ghostwriters, you know, very good ones. Even from here, like who lived here, are ghostwriters. From this celebrities, everything, and yeah. But this everything is shut down. It's the shutdown from everything. The shutdown from everything. The White House is shut down. The FBI is shut down. The CIA is shut down. Everything is shut down. Everything is gonna be shut down and never be reopened again. Everything can be shut down at any moment and they're never gonna reopen it again. Like we'll see, and then we will see how they're gonna act when they're gonna be doing us like over in China. When they're doing us over here, like in China, because this is just a matter of time, you know. You think they would do this? You think they would do this in China only? You know, they also at one point they were also like, yeah, wearing masks, but they only do this in China. But then they do this here. What makes you think that they're not gonna, you know, just to take your money? But you put your trust in it, right? You put your trust, because if I were to be, I would have taking everything out of it. I would not put my trust in. But yeah, you put your trust because you think this is gonna be here like for 20 years, 30 years. And you're like, oh yeah, you can chill out. No, man, like, you know, just wait. Like, we not even have to wait like until 2023. We do, you know, don't even think about like 2023. It's gonna be like sooner. It's gonna be sooner because many, you know, they have enough of this bullshit. So they're making it worse. They're making it worse, you know. They're making it worse. You know, they're politicians, like they're no longer in power. Like they're wearing Joe Biden's some actor wearing a mask, and it really looks like a mask, and it's very obvious. You know, so it's not even him. And I'm like, fuck this guy, but it's not even him, you know. It's this guy who's wearing his mask. And I'm like saying, fuck this guy wearing the mask. Well, but yeah, you know, this is already like another system, you know. and the fights are already going on. Like broski said he's gonna dog their asses out. And he was very mad, and he said he said he's gonna dog their asses out. That's what he said. And he said that sis said, I think her name is only Lauren, I don't know, and she said it's be today. Okay, so they're gonna do this today, and then they were like, it's a matter of hours, and then he smoked a blunt, and then he quit this video. So this was serious, and I told yesterday that they're about to leave. They're about to leave Atlantis. They're leaving Atlantis. They're coming over here in Torterra. They want to come here, but for some it's just too late. They just can't come here anymore. And when you would go there over in Atlantis, it's gonna be just like in their movies, and that's why they're scared and they don't want to stay there, because they know what happened in their movies. Like in the movie Us. I never watched the movie though, but it's the problem. There's a horrible things that like happened, and then there were no escape, and they couldn't escape, and there's gonna be things where they can't escape, and then they will be screaming, ah, no, no, if you want, you can go, like, just take a ticket, and you fly over, and land is, you there, and then you're just gonna hear everybody just scream, like, ah! You and me, could it be so cool? Ah! 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 They be screaming their lungs out, like, who would think, like, what they would do, like, with them. They dog them ass out, they kill them, and it'll just be like dying. They just die, like, you know. It's over. It's over for Atlantis. You thought the movies are not real. You think they just like take the ideas out of their ass, you know, and they're like, yep, I just invented this, like, just make some story up and this is gonna happen. No, the movies are real. The movies you watch, this is based on true stories and true things that happened, or is about to happen. So this is why, like, they wanna leave Atlantis and come over here. They wanna be there anymore. They're gonna die there. Many are gonna die there, many already dead. Many already done died. So it's over for the US. It's over. It's just over. Like, US is no longer like it used to be. Like there always be the land of milk and honey, the milk and honey land, the land of milk and honey. You want to be there, the proud citizens of the United States and America. But yeah, and that's why they're running. They want to come here, but in the Torterra, you think we'll be all right here? Yeah, some of us who are like, you know, we don't rely, you know, even if we like use it as a tool, like you're cutting in London to get the things, you know, like water bottles, like food, you know, other things. You know, you use it as a tool, but it's not your God. For some, it's like literally their God, and they will kill themselves if it, you know, goes away one day. And it's gonna be very soon, you know. It's gonna be, you know, nobody's gonna have shit anymore. And then, you know, we should have like helped each other, like, you know, way back. But now that it's gonna be going, everybody's gonna be like, yeah. Now I'm thinking it's better we help each other with whatever, like, etc. Like, it's like, you know. What the fuck is this bullshit? So this cotton Lennon was like a very evil tool. They used this. They used the Bible to keep them, like, you know, to keep everybody like their mouth shut. They want everybody to shut their mouth, like, you don't be telling shit. We'll give you this book. We'll give you this cotton Lennon, and you know, you don't just do whatever we tell you to do. Like, you forget, like, what's important, the things that matter. Forget about this, and you know, we put you in, like, in this world where you like get things. You just get things at the end. Like it's all just about like having things, getting things. Like I have this, I have that. I had this, but then it broke. Then I got a new one. You know, and then the other species come over here, like also with I don't know, maybe with Cotton and Lennon, and then they want to be trading, like, and we're like we don't need that bullshit. We don't need that bullshit. Like, this is Cotton and Lennon. Like, we gonna have all our resources back, because those who like take hold of it, like, and they know they're not supposed to have it, they're gonna combust, they're gonna die. They're not gonna survive this because they walk around here and they be like it's hot, and I'm like, what the hell? No, it's about like 26, 30 degrees. That is not hot. That's not hot. Like, I'm not sweating and I'm barely thirsty. So yeah, it is only getting hot now. It's only getting hot now. So yeah. That's about it. Like, we'll get just waiting. Like, we'll soon get all our resources back. Like, we're about to get just everything. We not have, we don't have to go get to the stores. Like, I'm not gonna be needing to go get to the store and then get me like something. No, we're just gonna walk outside and plan everything and just have everything. This is gonna go. It's gonna go. Believe it or not, I'm no longer like wanting like to convince. So what? Like, y'all, I just believe y'all slow. I think those who don't believe y'all just slow. Y'all just slow as fuck, because it's getting very obvious. Like, right? It's so goddamn obvious. Like, this is gonna go. All of this and many things is gonna happen like next month. Many deaths, many just gonna die. Many are just dying. They're just gonna die, and they have to go. They have to go because their God is literally like cotton. Like, how low can you like fall and make like Cotton and Lennon your God? Like, this is your God. Like, some wanna believe like in Jesus, and some just wanna believe like in a piece of paper with somebody's face on it. So yeah, if this disappears, they gonna disappear all right along with it, because they're not just like us using it as a tool, to acquire things that you want or need, but more like they don't even know, like, nothing else. So this is why they're going, and this is why this can't last long, because they are just you will never get enough players. You'll never get enough players who would agree to do this. No, we're not gonna all agree like to go like pray to like a stupid Bible, and this is just how it is. Like, we'll never all gonna agree to do this. Like, and I walk outside here and they still think like they can like scare me with things, and I'm like, how is this even gonna work? Like, and why should I even be scared? Like, for what? Like, so they really needed us like to believe like in something like Jesus and stuff like that, because everything else, like, it's just not gonna like convince you. You're just not gonna, unless you believe this, you're gonna be scared. Everything's gonna scare you. But yeah, we already talked about this. Like, you can't be Christian and spiritual at the same time. This just doesn't work. This is not possible. It's not possible, because this Jesus stuff, everything is a limited as knowledge. This is so it's not a lot of knowledge, and you don't know a lot. If you really believe this is real, this is like this, and this is all you know. This is wow. This is all you know. This is so sweet, man. This is so sweet, and they act like it happens. It makes like a miracle happen and stuff, and then they act all happy, but it's all forced, man. It's almost like they're happy because they know one thing for once, and then that's where they stop. And then they quit. Like, I know this, and now I quit. Now I stop. That's it. So yeah, but you know, it's over. It's over. Like Hollywood is over. The music industry is over. Like church, like the religion is over. The money is not gonna be in banks anymore. You know, everyone who's not wanna be in balance gonna be burned from the sun. Everybody with new creative cells gonna be burned alive from the sun. And I thought about like how many possibilities like you know actually can end your life. Like there's a lot. So you can even choose how you wanna die. You can choose where you wanna die. You know, so for those like who are running and want to hide, like you're just choosing where you want to die. You know, so all of this is over, all of this is done, all of this, you know, it's not gonna happen anymore. Like it's just not, it's just gonna work out anymore. You can't just come outside here and come with your like little things, tiny things you believe in, and to be like, oh, this is the future. Everybody is gonna get along like for the next 30 years, and we're just gonna do this, you know, because we all suck. We all suck at everything, and we're just not skilled. And we just can't do nothing, so we all agree like to do like this weak ass stuff. With all of this out the window, it's over, and we're already like moving in the future. We already have future plans because everything is mapped out, planned out, everything in works. Like, and they all still like stoked and think, maybe the queen is gonna be here, maybe the queen is gonna come, and then the pope. And then they're just gonna talk, and everything's gonna be alright, and you know, and it's just a miracle. We're gonna pray like, you know, oh Lord Jesus is gonna come and he's gonna cure us like from all because we all have cancer, and we want him to heal us, and then we pray and he's just gonna heal us, right? You know, it's just gonna work like this, you know. This, you know, oh, it's a miracle, and we're just gonna like live. You know how old the Bible is? You know how old it is? Like, and like the cousins, the other generations, they still believe this bullshit. Like they're younger, you know. So our grandmas, they're already, you know, they're no longer here, you know, and they still believe this bullshit. It's not even them anymore. A long time ago. Anymore, and they still believe this. They believe this shit. I feel like this is unbelievable. To me, it's unbelievable. But yeah, but you know, to me, you know, everyone who believes like good, the Bible, Jesus, all these fantasy characters. If you believe this, you just don't matter. you don't matter. Everything you say that doesn't matter. You know, because you're basing your facts off like it's a book that like 47 invaders wrote. Even indigenous to this planet writing this, and probably believe this shit too, you know, and they end up believing it. They'd be like, oh, maybe we were right, you know, and then they forgot about it, that this was like just a, you know, way of entrapment, like, because first, you know, to believe like, you know, that actually like the continent land has power and it's your god, first you need to like to write like the book, like a stupid ass book. First you have to make something dumb up, like, and it should have to be like dumber, even dumber. Before you believe the dumb shit, you have to like invent something dumber, make them fall for the dumbest things ever, and then they fall for everything. So that's why they wrote the Bible. So they can be like even stupider, so they can like actually believe that this is, you know, everything like should supposed to be like this, and it's gonna remain like this forever, you know. It's never gonna change, and then they can believe all this bullshit and stereotypical shit. It's just stupid, and they don't know nothing about themselves, and they don't love themselves. They hate themselves. They're haters and jealous, and they just wanna, you know, have things. They just wanna own things. They just want material stuff, and that's all. And then they just wanna have like a attention, you know. And people, ah, look, I got these shoes. I got these shoes, and then I get my phone, and then I got this hand, and I get all of these things, and you don't even have this, and then The new iPhone who just came out yesterday. Oh, you're so far behind. Like, you can't believe this shit. Like, how come you take long to get the new things? Okay, but this is like the Matrix, you know. This is Matrix, you know what's the Matrix. When you watch the Matrix with Neo and them, you just watch the movie when they be like, this is not a spoon. This is not a spoon, man. Not a spoon. Look, watch, but yeah, did you actually know all of this? As it's, you know, pretty much over. I don't know if it's today or next week, but that don't matter, you know. It's what matters is gonna be this year, you know. Don't, you know, even if you believe, like, if you really, I'm telling you, you know, this is all I'm gonna say. Like, if you really believe, if you're planning, if you're really planning like your future, like your next 30 years, to be like this, and be like, oh yeah, the future in 30 years is gonna look like this, but you know, we're gonna have like iPhone 20 or something like that. If you believe this, man, then I would also be like, yeah, then 30 years, like, we'll still play Pokemon, and we're gonna have like generation 15 or something, and we're gonna have like about nearly 2,000, I don't know how many species, you know. We're gonna have, you know, and the consoles, you have like a PlayStation 10 or something. No, no, we've only made PlayStation 10. It's a simulation inside a simulation inside a simulation. And now you never can escape when you play. And you only need to play or you'll die. And then this is the future. We just want the newest PlayStation, and then put the numbers, the higher the better. We want the newest PlayStation, and we're gonna have like Jordans where it's gonna be that high, you know, this high, like, and then they're gonna play ball, and they'll be like in the highest Jordans, and then they don't even need like to jump anymore. They're just gonna like put the ball like this, you know, they just put the ball because the Jordans are high as fuck. This is the future. This is the future, okay? You know, and you know how you know, and then I want to ask them. I should ask them. You know, ask your government, like, how are they gonna like solve the problems? How are they gonna do this? Like, I heard that even if they would like use like the you know, for the gas for the car, like it wouldn't even work. What are they gonna do about this? You know, what are they gonna do? Like, because I don't think they wanna like just move over, be like, oh yeah, we just move over an electric. No, because y'all talked about like everything's gonna remain, you know, or get back. So if everything is gonna get back, you might as well not even use your cars anymore, but y'all need to use horses, like real life horses, because y'all talking about things getting back the way it was, but things were not even like this, okay? So first of all, you need to use horses. We all need to go get back on horses and ride like cowboys, you know. We ride like cowboys, and we have to do it like this, okay? So this is, you know, I'm confused. What do you actually mean when you talk about you want things to get back like the way they were? What are you even talking about, man? Like, did you actually know like what they did? Like, I heard they were like already like with lightsabers like everywhere, and this is not even new technology is sold. Like, because if it would be new, why would we know about this? Why would we like watch Star Wars like right now? If this is so-called new, so this is old technology. Also, everything they do like in Star Wars, this is nothing new. All right. Nothing of this is new. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, the movies are real. The movies are real, okay? It is not fake. It is not like somebody just made it up. It is real. And it's so real to me how you like can say this about movies, but then you go like read the Bible and you be like, oh, this is real, but the movies are fake. Okay, the Bible is real. Everything in Jesus, because it's from Israel, and but the movies are fake. The movie is not real. Everything happens in movies, not real. And what if they do make a music about Jesus? Is it a real movie? Is it fake movie? You know, so I'm confused. Like are all the movies real, or some movies like real because Jesus is in them, and the others but Jesus is not in them is wrong? Like, and they're lying. And when we go back like things used to be, are we gonna go back on horses, or what are we gonna do? You need to be more specific. Like if you be like you just go back to things that could be meaning everything. Then y'all just make me more confused than I was at the beginning when y'all talked about this. Yeah. So are we like, what are we gonna do about the UK and the rest? What are we gonna do about them? Like, are we just gonna ignore this? We're just gonna ignore, or are we gonna wait till it comes out? It is gonna come out like what y'all did in the UK, you know. None of y'all can hide. This is just y'all just can't hide because y'all actually can't even like get to the other realms of this planet. Y'all can't even get to the other realms. You know, this is as far y'all came. So y'all can, even if y'all hide, like y'all gonna be on this realm. You know, so y'all hiding, and that's it. But you can't run away from things like that. This just doesn't work. Like, I'll take like an example when you play Pokemon and you have like a Pokemon who knows the move Mean Look, and you use Mean Look, you can run, because you can run. But if you use Mean Look, you can run. So it's just like somebody would use Mean Look and they would still think, yeah, but I can't run. It's when you play like with these little children and they always cheat. Always when you play like a game, they always cheat. You like, play like tag in, and you clearly touch them and they're like, no, you it. Well, you didn't touch me. You it. And they think for some reason they can't be touched or something, and then you never want to play with the children. I never want to play with them because they can't play fair. They can't play fair. They never play fair, and if you touch them, somehow you never win. You never win. They always want to cheat, like them little games. That's why I never liked playing with the children like down the street. They could never play. They played with this guy, played Pokemon, and it was like Pokemon. He was Pokemon. I was using like an attack, like Aqua Jet, whatever, and he was like, oh, but you missed. It was like, oh, am I gonna miss all the time? I use the attack with 100% accuracy, and you're gonna be like, oh, Ausweichen. Like, no, sometimes you get hit. I don't think your total dial is level 5. I don't think your total dial, you don't even using like moves like to increase his speed or its stats. You don't do this, and you think I'm gonna miss my moves all the time. So then I didn't want to play with them children because they always want to win, and you never can touch them, and it's not fair. And I'm like, no, I'll never gonna play with them again. And then they're gonna friend you and be like, I'm gonna go play with someone, and they play because they played also with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then they were like making up their monster effects. Like he had a normal monster. A normal monster doesn't have effects. And first of all, the monster had 5 stars. So you had to like use a tribute. It was a tribute summon, and you just played the monster. You were good. He has effect. He can just destroy your Dark Magician. Then my Dark Magician was clearly stronger than your monster, and he thought like his monster. It was like this 5-star, like this plant monster. I don't know his name anymore. But this is how they think they can just come here and be like, oh yeah, but just make something up and you win the game. You always had to cheat. I had like another friend. He was like, shuffling his deck, but he was like looking at the monsters. Then he was shuffling his good cards like on top, and he still lost. How come like you wanna cheat like in the game and you still lose, man? You still lost the duel. Yeah, but it was funny. Like, I had like a lot of friends when we played the games like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or whatever we played, they always had to cheat. Why y'all always had to cheat? Like, I don't like it when they cheat all the time. We need to cheat. Like, you know, when are we gonna like play games and it's gonna be like, oh, well, you know, sometimes I lose, sometimes he loses, because the game, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh is just made like this. Like sometimes somebody wins, sometimes somebody loses, because you shuffle your deck. So it is kind of random. It is a random game. Random card game. Okay, but then it's different when you have, like, you know, a lot of good monsters and he has only like 2 stars, 3 stars monsters. Of course you're gonna win all the time. But you know, when the decks are like, you know, a little bit like even like, you know, everybody has a chance, but y'all were always cheating. So that's why I don't play with y'all anymore. With cards, like, I think I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna start playing like with magic cards. I really play magic cards. I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. You made it look like trash now, like trash. It used to be like fair, and now it's no longer fair. But it's okay. Like they actually have like video games, you know, so you can play by yourself. If you don't even have friends who play like with cards anymore, and just play like the game like by yourself. But yeah, now I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna upload this entire video. Either I'm gonna upload this one or I'm just gonna delete this and start over. But I don't know. I really don't know. Or we don't do a special. We'll go back and we just make 20 minutes video. Because yeah, but this was a good one, so I'm gonna keep it.